They stare, they whisper, they wonder. They look at you and can't figure it out. How can someone that young be that wise? How can someone that old still have that glow? How does this person carry so much peace, so much presence, so much power, quietly? You see, chosen one, your appearance isn't ordinary. Your age doesn't match your energy, and it was never meant to. There is something about you that disrupts the natural order because you weren't made to fit into this world's timeline. You were born into divine timing. People have looked at you and underestimated you your entire life. You've walked into rooms where they sized you up based on your age, your gender, your face, your skin, and thought they had you figured out. Until you opened your mouth. Until you stood still and their spirit started shaking. Until your energy spoke before you said a word. And suddenly, the atmosphere changed. You've surprised many, not because you try to, but because what's in you can't be contained by appearances. The Spirit of God rests on you, and that alone defies logic. They don't understand how you've lived through so much and still smile. They don't understand how you've seen such darkness and still shine. They don't understand how your body carries pain, yet your posture radiates peace, because they are looking with their eyes. But everything about you is spiritual. Your glow, it's not makeup, it's not youth, it's not physical health. It's favor, it's anointing, it's spiritual fire. There's a light in your eyes that the world didn't give and the world can't take away. You look younger than your age because you've been preserved by purpose. You look older than your peers because you carry revelation beyond your years. Some people think you're too young to be wise. Others think you're too old to start over. But God doesn't operate in human timelines. When God marks you, He rewrites the story. He renews your strength. He restores your youth. He expands your capacity. That's why people can't figure you out. You're walking in divine contradiction. You're the quiet storm, the soft-spoken warrior, the smiling survivor, the elegant lion. And whether you're 20 or 70, there's something in your presence that makes people feel like they've just encountered someone eternal. Chosen one, they're not reacting to your outer form, they're reacting to the spirit you carry. Some feel inspired. Some feel intimidated. Some feel healed just by standing next to you. Others feel exposed. Because you are a mirror. And when people come near you, their spirit is either drawn toward light, or it runs from conviction. Your appearance carries mystery, your age carries grace, and your essence carries eternity. But here's the truth, your appearance isn't what shocks them the most. It's your resilience. They know what you've been through would have broken most people. They heard about the loss, the heartbreak, the betrayal, the setbacks. And yet, you walk into rooms like royalty, not with arrogance, but with divine assurance. Because you've learned something most haven't. Your power doesn't come from how you look. It comes from what you've survived. You wear your scars like crowns. You carry your story like a sword. You speak with the authority of someone who's been to the pit and chose not to stay there. That's what surprises them. That's what shocks the ones who thought they left you broken. That's what silences the ones who tried to reduce you to a statistic. You rose, and in your rising, you became a living mystery. So now when they see you, whether in your 30s with the wisdom of a 70-year-old, or in your 60s with the energy of someone 25, they pause, because they don't understand what they're witnessing. But deep down, something in them knows. This person is not normal. This person walks with God. Chosen one, never let the world convince you to shrink. Don't dull your glow to make others comfortable. Don't hide your gifts because of your age. Whether you're young and underestimated, or older and overlooked, know this: God's hand is on you, and no number can measure your spiritual weight. You are ageless in the spirit. You are timeless in wisdom. You are eternal in essence. And every time you walk into a room, heaven walks in with you. So let them be surprised. Let them wonder. Let them try to figure you out. Because the truth is, what's on you can't be explained. It can only be discerned. You are living proof that the Spirit of God overrides genetics, rewrites time, and shines brighter than any outward appearance. You are God's chosen one, and your presence is prophecy. They see the outside, but they don't know the journey. They compliment the glow, but they don't know the nights you cried out for strength. They admire your calm, but they didn't witness the storms you stood in alone. Chosen one, your presence is more than what meets the eye. It carries the weight of prayers, the cost of obedience, and the silent victories no one clapped for. You weren't made to age like the world. You weren't made to fit into human expectations. You were made to reveal the supernatural hand of God on earth. That's why people keep saying, you don't look your age. It's because time has not touched you the way it touches others. Time didn't wither you, it refined you. Pain didn't age you, it awakened you. Suffering didn't slow you down, it matured your spirit. And that's confusing to people who live by the clock. They measure everything by birthdays, numbers, wrinkles, and labels. But you are proof that the spirit renews the soul, even when the body has seen battles. People can't figure out why you walk with such confidence, why you speak with such clarity, why your posture demands respect without arrogance. It's because you've walked with God too long to question who you are anymore. You no longer need validation. You no longer beg to be seen. You no longer shrink to fit in rooms you were born to shift. And that shift is what they feel when you enter. Chosen one, they feel your story, even when you say nothing. They feel your alignment with the divine, even if they can't explain it. You're not showing off. You're not trying to impress. You're just being exactly who God designed you to be. And that authenticity is powerful in a world full of pretending. It's not that you look younger or older, it's that you look eternal. There's something unearthly about your presence, something unexplainable about your peace, something holy about your silence. Some people feel healed when you walk in. Others feel uncomfortable because light always exposes shadows. They don't realize it's not about your appearance, it's about your alignment. You walk in sync with heaven. You move according to divine rhythm. You speak when the Spirit leads, not when the world demands. And that's what makes you radiant. Not skincare, not fashion, not filters, but fire, refinement, faith. It's the oil of joy that rests on you after mourning. It's the crown of beauty you wear after ashes. It's the garment of praise you chose instead of despair. That's why people pause, because they're not just looking at you, they're looking at someone who's been touched by God. And deep down, it stirs something in them. A longing, a recognition, a hunger to know how you became this version of yourself. But here's the truth. It didn't happen overnight, and it didn't come without cost. You've been through wilderness seasons. You've walked through fiery trials. You've cried prayers that only heaven heard. And through it all, God preserved you. Not just your life, but your glow. Not just your body, but your essence. Not just your smile, but your wisdom. That's why you don't look like what you've been through. You were chosen to be a sign and a wonder. A mystery in motion. A living parable. A reminder that God still works miracles, starting with people. So don't be surprised when people stare. Don't be shaken when people question your age, your aura, your calm. They're trying to understand something spiritual using physical eyes. They're trying to measure a soul using a watch. Let them look. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. Because your life is a testimony wrapped in flesh. You are walking evidence that God can take what the enemy tried to destroy and restore it better than before. He didn't just heal you, He made you radiant. He didn't just preserve your youth, He renewed your strength. He didn't just protect your mind, He filled it with truth. And now, your very existence confronts the lie that says pain has to ruin you. Chosen one, your glow is the result of grace. Your smile is the proof of survival. Your peace is the weapon that silences demons. That's why even the enemy studies you. That's why the atmosphere shifts when you enter. That's why people can't stop talking about you, even if they pretend not to notice. You're not just walking in your purpose, you're radiating destiny. So embrace it. Own it. Stand in it fully. You didn't choose this glow. You didn't choose this path. You didn't ask to be different. But God saw something in you. And when He called you, He covered you. When He refined you, He renewed you. When He healed you, He made you shine. That's why age doesn't define you. That's why time can't wither you. That's why people stay curious, because you don't fit their boxes. You were never meant to. You were meant to be light, to be salt, to be divine reflection. So keep walking, chosen one. Keep glowing. Keep confusing the enemy with your peace. Keep surprising the world with your resilience. Keep shining, even when they don't understand. Because you're not here to be understood. You're here to be unveiled. And heaven rejoices every time you choose to rise again.